Hello everybody, welcome to my presentation. Today I'm going to present about linear regression models. Here linear implies that the relationship between independent and dependent variables should be constant and consistent. Regression means it is a function that shows us cause-effect relationship between variables. And OLS means it is ordinary least square method that is used to derive coefficients or parameters of variables. Let us start from simplest data of page that is used in this data. Here I have two observations, 300 and 400 as a data. And here to compare mean based regression, let us do expected or mean value of this data. It is 350. Then let us compare this mean value or expected mean value with the value of regression of such variable. Look at here, regression of such variable is itself. Regressing this variable, one variable gives us such output. Look at here coefficient 350. That's the same with expected mean value. If there is no independent variable in the model, then regression means simply expected mean value of such variable. Here, generally, we have two parts of regression output. This part that lays above to this is called as ANOVA part, analysis of variance. And this part, it is called as model part. And here we have certain terms, sum of square, degree of freedom, mean of sum of square, and here we have tests. Let us look at their values here. What does it mean? Sum of square. Look at here. It is here 500, sorry, 5,000, and that consists of two parts: variation from model and variation from residual. Let me show you here the concept of sum of square. How can we derive sum of square? We deduct mean value from respective or each dependent variable. Here we have two values or two observations, 300 and 400. And when we compare, when we deduct mean value from such observations, look at here, we obtain 5,000. The same thing here, 5,000. Therefore, when we check variations from the model part and the residual or error part, there is no model variation. What does it mean? We don't have explanatory power that explain the variations in dependent variable. Total variation in dependent variable comes due to variation in residual or error term variable. That is beyond our capacity, beyond our control. And such variables totally contributed to the variation of the dependent variable. Therefore, here is no variation in the model. if there is no variation in our model, or if there are no independent variables in our model, at that time, what happens to the R squared here? Look at here. It is 0. What does it mean? How can we find R squared? R squared means the explanatory power, variation of explanatory power or variables divided by the total variation of the model. When we divide variation of model or the contribution of independent variables to the change in total variation in dependent variable by total variation in dependent variable, it gives us R squared. 0 over 5000, it is 0. And the degree of freedom. Degree of freedom here, degree of freedom of the model is number of variables. If there is no variable, it becomes 0. Here, generally we have n minus 1 degree of freedom. That means 2 minus 1, that is a 1. And degree of freedom of residual means simply n minus 1 minus number of independent variables. Here, that gives us 1. When you divide this value by this to neutralize, to normalize, it gives you mean square. Mean square. For example, if we divide this by this, it is undefined. 0 divided by 0, it is undefined. 5000 divided by 1, it is here 5000. And when we divide models mean square by residual, it gives us F test here. F test is 0 degree of freedom from variable, or sorry, from model, and degree of freedom of residual. Degree of freedom means simply those observations that are free to vary. And as I told you, R squared means simply it shows us the explanatory power of independent variables and how much independent variables contributed to the change in dependent variable. Here, this is a coefficient of constant term because no independent variable. This is average variation of coefficients around the mean. That is 350 divided by 50 gives us this. T value means parameter or coefficient divided by standard error. Let us include one independent variable. As you know, in different companies pay different amount of wages for their employee. Then what's the source for the variation in the wage? Why do different companies pay different amount of wage for their employees? For example, one factor or one cause may be experience of those employees. And we have included this experience as independent variable here. These two observations. To do regression, we need at least two observations. Or we should collect at least data from 2 respondents or to sample. Then what looks like the regression of this? If we have one independent variable and one dependent variable and two observations. At that time, we call regression function as a simple linear regression model. Simple means simply there are only two variables, one independent and one dependent variable. Let us look at the regression function. Look at it. We included one independent variable. These only two observations. If we have only two observations, both of them are captured by regression line. Therefore, our model seems best fit. Look at here. R square becomes 1. R square, another term or name of R square is coefficient of determination. The value of this R square ranges from 0 to 1. Here, the value is 0 if there is no independent variable, and if we include only two observations, there is a probability of R square to be 1, because both of them, look at here graphically, both observations are captured by regression line. Therefore, no deviation or no observed value that is not captured by our regression line, because we have only two observations. Therefore, R squared becomes 1. If R squared becomes 1, what does it mean? There is no residual value or residual variation. All variations came from model or from experience. Here, all change comes from experience. How can we find this value? Here, by the formula 5000. When you divide this by degree of freedom, it gives you this value. And here we have only two observations. We have two observations. But here we don't have values. What is the reason? This t value, it is the ratio of coefficient to standard error. But there is no standard error because there is no deviation from estimated line or regression line. All points, all observed values are captured. 2 points or it is captured by regression line. And model, here variation comes from only model. This total variation comes from only variation in model. There is no residual variation that contributed to total variation. This line is what? Fitted line, or fitted values means simply regression line. If regression line could include, or it could, if it consists of those all observations, and if there is no unobserved or uncaptured, if there is no value that is not captured by the regression line, at that time the model becomes the best model. But here it becomes the best model due to only by using two observations. What happens when we add the number of observations? For example, look at here. Before we used only 2 observations, but if we add third observation, what happens? Look at here. By the same manner, you can check sum of the square. It is around 20,000. 20,000. Degree of freedom is here. When you divide this by degree of freedom, it gives you mean of square. This value divided by this. This value divided by this. And here it shows us number of observations. It is 3 with 1 degree of freedom. 1 model's degree of freedom is 1. Residual's degree of freedom is 1. And F test. How can we derive F test? F test is obtained by dividing this model's value, mean square value, divided by this value, residual's value. What does it mean? The power, the explanatory power of model divided by this, or relatively the power of residuals. That is F test. When we divide this by this, it gives us F test. And the probability p value greater than F means simply the probability that we can find outlier value rather than this is 0.5456. R squared, it is 0.42, or it is about 42%. What does it mean? The explanatory power of those independent variables is around 42.8%. Independent variables together contributed around 42% variation in total variation here, in total variation. How can we have here R squared? By dividing model variation by the total variation, or simply it is a contribution of variation of the model to the total variation. That is R squared. This adjusted R squared, it captures the effect of this R squared, or the bigness of R squared. When we simply add meaningless variables, simply the size of R squared increases. But this R squared, adjusted R squared, captures the significance of the such variables to the model. Root mean square error means simply the square root of this value, the square root of this residuals mean square. When you put it in the square root, it gives you root mean square of error. When we come to interpretation of model output, here we have experience. And the coefficient of experience is around 42.85. What does it mean? When experience of employees increases by 1 unit or by 1 year, the wage level increases by this dollar or this birr. What does it mean? It increases by $42.85 or birr. And if those individuals do not have experience, or if it becomes 0, at that time their wage level becomes around this interpretation of constant term. And this is average variation of coefficients around their respective mean, means. And when we divide coefficient by standard error, it gives us t value. It gives us t value. And this is t value. Except this point, others are used to test the significance of the model or variable. T-test is used to test partially in the contribution of or the significance of individual independent variables. We use t-test. To test overall significance of the model, we use f-test. F-test. Here, for example, here we have two options to test significance of the independent variable. One, we compare computed or calculated t-value with tabulated t-value, standardized or tabulated t-value. And if calculated or computed t-value, this value is greater than tabulated or standardized t-value, at that time our independent variable is significant. The second option is that by using p-value, we compare p-value with level of significance. Most of the time, statisticians love to use 1, 5, and 10% level of significance. Mostly, they use 5% level of significance. What does mean level of significance? It is a probability that we make wrong decision. What does it mean? It is a type 1 error, rejecting the null hypothesis. That is true. The probability of rejecting null hypothesis that is a true is called as level of significance, or it is the probability of making wrong decision. Then when p-value is greater than level of significance, at that time we accept our null hypothesis. What is our null hypothesis? Null hypothesis that those independent variables, each independent variable has no effect or influence on dependent variable. Here, our null hypothesis is experience has no influence on wage. That is null hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis is that experience has effect on wage. Therefore, here this value is lesser than tabulated or standardized t-values at this degree of freedom. At that time, we accept the alternative hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis, it is null hypothesis. It is 0. The contribution of experience on a wage is 0. We accept this, and we reject alternative hypothesis. That is, the influence is not 0. On the other side, by using this p-value, if p-value is greater than level of significance, at that time we accept our null hypothesis. When we accept null hypothesis, what is our null hypothesis? Experience has no influence. Therefore, this variable, it is not important variable. It is not significant variable. Generally, by using or as a thumb rule, if the half of coefficient or parameter is lesser than this, at that time we accept the null hypothesis. For example, the half of this is around 21 point length. The half of this, that is lesser than the standard error. At that time we accept null hypothesis. Null hypothesis is experience has no influence on wage, and like that. Regarding general model significance test, if F test calculated, this F test is lesser than the standardized F test or tabulated F test, at that time we accept. Therefore, what we accept those as a model, the contribution of all independent variables to the dependent variable is insignificant. R square is around 42%. 42% means simply, look at here. From those total variations in a wage, how much model or experience contributed to this change? Only around this. More variation is explained by residual or other variables. Therefore, when we divide this by this, it gives us around 42%. Around 42%. Because variation, this regression line doesn't capture observations. Look at here. One observation is here, another observation is here. This. Therefore, this regression line means simply it is average value of dependent variable for respective values of independent variable. Therefore, there are observations that are not captured by regression line. Hence, the explanatory power of this model is very low, or it is around 42%. Let us add more observations like this, and our data, and let us look at the output. Here, the explanatory power of the model, again, it is not significant. P-value is 0.58, around it is 58%. It is bigger than level of significance. Therefore, we accept null hypothesis, meaning independent variables do not have influence on dependent variable. And here, when the level of experience increases by 1 year, the amount of wage decreases by $33.7. Look at here. It is negatively related. When the level of experience increases, the amount of wage goes declining. There is negative relationship. And let us go to multiple linear regression model. If we include more than 2 independent variables in our regression function, at that time our model becomes multiple linear regression model. Here I included experience and performance as independent variables because variation in wage may comes not only due to experience, but also due to the performance or evaluation or the efficiency of employees. When their performance or efficiency increases, we expect that the wage level also changes or increases. And to do that, here I included performance. Here, look at here. Performance, it is a significant. P-value is lesser than a level of significance. And P-value is greater than the tabulated P-value. Hence, performance is significant variable. It has an influence on variation of wage. When we come to experience, still it is not significant. Experience has no effect on level of wage at 5% of level of significance. Look at here. Fitted value is the level of performance. When the level of performance increases, what is happening to the level of wage? Wage is also increasing. Here it is increasing. Therefore, performance is significant variable. And it tells us how many observations are below and above to residuals at 0 residuals. Some observations may be above to regression line. Some observations may be below residual regression lines. Therefore, this shows us such relationships. Let us include additional demi-variable. Company, the type of company, whether the company is private company or government company. When we include company, here it is also significant. Those individuals who work in private company have more than or additional $232.49 or per than those individuals who work in government companies. This is a simply tentative data that is used for only this lesson purpose. And when we look at performance, interpretation of performance, when the performance of one individual increases by 1 point or by 1 unit, on average, the level of wage increases by 7.09. These stress variables. Other variables remaining constant. The change in other variables remaining constant. This shows us regression line with demi variables, 0 values here, and the average value of the wage with demi variable is around 0, and the average value at 1 of company. When a company becomes 1, or what does it mean? If it is government, private company, the average value of wage becomes here. When we connect these points, it gives us side line, and that is regression line. Let us talk about general things. When we formulate regression model, we should start from theoretical concept. For example, like here, As an income increases, consumption also increases. We formulate such mathematical model, and when we add this error term on such mathematical model, it becomes econometric model. This part it is called as deterministic component or regression line model. Regression line shows us only deterministic part, and this part it is called as a disturbance or error term, or it is called as stochastic. And here the value is not known, it is error or stochastic. And theoretically, what does it mean? Regression line. Regression. Regression means simply average value of dependent variable with respective values of independent variable. Average value of dependent variable with respective values of independent variable. When the value of, for example, if there is no independent variable in the function, at that time, here at the origin, the regression line becomes here. Regression line equals with expected or mean value of dependent variable. And when variation generally from actual value, this is actual y value, or it is observed y value, the distance or deviation from its mean value, it is called as total variation. Total variation. And this is regression line or this estimated line. And a deviation of this value from the mean value of dependent variable, it is called as regression line. And when we divide this deviation by this deviation, it gives us r squared. R squared. And deviation of each value or actual value to the regression line, it is called as residual or error term. Residual or error term. Thank you for attending my presentation.